Summary of The Way of the World by William Congreve. Several important things have happened in the main characters' lives before the play starts, and Congreve shows these things to the audience throughout the play. Languish, Arabella's first husband, died and left her a lot of money. She starts seeing Edward Mirabel in secret. They break up, and she marries Fainall, a guy Mirabel chose because she is afraid they will have a child together without being married. Congreve never explains why Mirabel doesn't just marry her himself. After the affair is over, Mirabel and Mrs. Arabella Fainall stay good friends. Mirabel starts dating Millamant, who is Mrs. Fainall's cousin and lives with Millamant's aunt and Mrs. Fainall's mother, Lady Wishfort. Mirabel flatters Wishfort and pays her a lot of attention in order to get Wishfort to agree to marry Millamant. Wishfort starts to believe that he loves her and falls in love with him. Though, Wishfort's love for Mirabel changes from love to hate when Mrs. Marwood, her best friend, tells her what Mirabel was up to. Right now, she won't let Mirabel marry Millamant, which is a big problem because she owns Millamant's £6,000 dowry. Wishfort rudely kicks Mirabel out of her Cabal Night Club in front of Millamant, who doesn't defend him, and a few other people the night before the play's first scene. This is the first time Mirabel has gone back to Wishfort's house since she found out about his plan. Mirabel isn't giving up, so she's already started making plans to force Wishfort to agree to the marriage. Millamant finds out about these plans through Foible. During all of this, Fainall has been seeing Mrs. Marwood, who is friends with his wife and Lady Wishfort. The only person who thinks this is going on is Mirabel. Foible and Mincing saw the affair happen, but Marwood swore they would not tell anyone. The play takes place over the course of one day and starts in the morning. Mirabel is waiting to hear that his servant Waitwell and Wishfort's servant Foible got married the way he planned. He is playing cards with his enemy Fainall at the same time. There are signs that Mirabel knows that Fainall and Marwood are seeing someone else. But he also tells Fainall that he loves both the good and bad parts of Millamant's character. When Fainall hears this, she tells him he should marry her. In the end, Witwoud and Petulant join the two guys. Mirabel learns from them that Wishfort talked about her plan to marry Millamant to his uncle, Sir Roland, so that Mirabel won't get any of his uncle's money. We don't know yet that Sir Roland isn't real and that this is all part of Mirabel's plan. There was no problem with Mirabel's plan until Marwood, who was hiding in a room, heard Mrs. Fainall and Foible talking about it and found out what he was up to. She tells Fainall about this, and the two of them come up with a way to ruin Mirabel and force Wishfort to do what they want. That same afternoon at Wishfort's house, Millamant also says yes to Mirabel's proposal but no to Sir Wilful's, even though Lady Wishfort wanted her to marry him. Marwood and Fainall start to work against Mirabel's plan together. They tell Wishfort that Foible betrayed them and that Sir Roland's real name is Waitwell. Fainall then has Waitwell arrested. He tells Wishfort that he will tell the town about Mrs. Fainall's affair with Mirabel, which would be very bad for her family, if she doesn't give up her wealth, which includes Millamant and Mrs. Fainall's shares. He also wants Wishfort to promise that she will never get married, unless he lets her. The news that Millamant and Sir Wilful have decided to get married makes Mrs. Wishfort think she has found a way around Fainall's plan. Fainall is not scared, though, because he can still take over Wishfort and her wife's money. Wishfort and her family look like they'll never be okay until Mirabel steps in. He makes Wishfort promise that she will let him marry Millamant before he offers to help. She gladly does so. After that, he calls Mincing and Foible forward to talk about Fainall's affair with Mrs. Marwood. Wishfort is unhappy that this is Mirabel's best card, but Mirabel still has one more trick up her sleeve. He calls Waitwell forward and gives him a deed to all of Arabella Languish's property. Mirabel and Arabella thought that Fainall might try to cheat Arabella before she married him, so Arabella decided to give Mirabel her fortune as a safety measure. Fainall can't claim his wife's money because Mirabel is still in charge of it as her trustee. This is because of the legally binding agreement. As a result of beating Fainall and Marwood, Mrs. Fainall and Wishfort's wealth and image are safe, and Sir Wilful lets Millamant out of her engagement so she can marry Mirabel and he can continue his travel plans. Arabella gets the deed back from Mirabel, who tells her to use it to calm down Fainall, who is very angry and revengeful.
About the author. William Congreve was born and raised in Ireland. He went to Kilkenny College there. He met another satirist named Jonathan Swift there, and they became friends for life. He also went to Dublin's Trinity College. After that, Congreve went to London to study law, but he changed his mind and now writes plays instead. Between 1693 and 1700, he wrote 5 plays, 4 comedies and 1 tragedy. During the Restoration time, some of these plays achieved great fame. His time as a writer didn't last long, and he retired early. He never got married, but he was with a number of well-known women, and many of them were in his plays. In a carriage accident, he got hurt and died. He was buried in Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.